Welcome to the 2022 primary election candidate videos, made possible by a partnership between Collin County Votes, which is an initiative of the Collin County Business Alliance, and the Allen, Frisco, McKinney, and Plano Chambers of Commerce. I'm Leanne Libby, General Manager at Community Impact Newspaper in Plano, and I'm excited to introduce our viewers to David Smith, running for Collin County Judge. Welcome, David.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to jump right in. So, in your own words, what is the role of a county judge?
Well, the county judge is the chief executive for Collin County government, and it's a mixed role with direct responsibility for a variety of things, emergency management, among others. The county judge also chairs the commissioner's court, which sets the budget and does other things on behalf of the entire county government. But it's also very much a collaborative role rather than an executive role because most of the other county department heads are directly elected by our voters. Some are appointed, but it's very much a collaborative working relationship, along with some executive responsibilities.
So, if elected, please share what would your top 2 to 3 priorities be?
Transportation is at the top of the list. Also, public health.
Okay. Well, so Collin County is growing rapidly. It's one of the fastest growing counties in the country. What are your thoughts on the growth to date, and what would your priorities be going forward?
Well, we are growing quite a bit. I've been a city council member in Plano during the peak of its growth, so I appreciate what the entire county is going through now. I mentioned transportation as a priority. We've gotten behind the 8 ball in our planning and construction of the thoroughfare grid that we need to serve everybody. We also need to extend public transit to the entire county, not just the DART cities.
Well, so speaking of transportation, there's several issues in that realm, but if you were to kind of pick what is the top transportation issue facing Collin County, and then talk to us about how you might address it.
Well, completing the thoroughfare grid, and this is a mix of thoroughfares, including the limited access highways. I guess that's at the top of the list. Also mention public transit, but if you're going to have buses or other vehicles supplying public transit, they need the thoroughfares to be on. So, moving ahead, that's another collaboration with all our local governments and our regional governments. I've got an appreciation of that as serving on our regional transportation council in the past and working with the Transportation Advocates of Texas, statewide organization. But it takes a lot of cooperation and collaboration between a lot of people, a lot of knowledge which I have acquired on how things are funded. But it's simply got to become a priority, something we're working on, every week, if not every day, until we get to the point where we can get ahead of the growth curve.
So moving on to talk about business and the business community here in Collin County, what would you say are the top needs of the business community, and what would you do to help meet those needs for continued economic growth?
Okay. Well, the transportation grid is one, but continuing the business-friendly environment. Continuing is another set of collaborations with the economic development corporations that each of our cities have, and working to continuing to attract and retain businesses. Keep the area prosperous. I'd be open to some major initiatives if attracting startup businesses. Richardson, just to our south, is doing a good job of this. And I'd like to see more of that in Collin County. I would look forward to working with the cities, the economic development corporations, and others in that regard.
So, the business community and many of the organizations representing it have prioritized promoting equity and diversity through hiring practices, programs, and their community investments. Because Collin County is such a diverse area in every sense of the word, can you talk about what equity and diversity mean to you?
Uh, yes, it certainly means being welcoming to everybody. Here in the city of Plano, I've seen us evolve to now we're a majority minority community, uh, and the Asians have been the largest growing group. Uh, we need to uh, welcome them all, and I want to start getting everybody engaged in county government. I'd like to start to see our county boards and commissions reflect our community. Uh, I'd like to see our sheriff's department and other county departments start to more reflect our community, and that will make people even more comfortable in coming here to live, work, and play.
Great. Well, last question. If you were talking to someone from outside of Collin County that was maybe thinking of moving here or moving their business here, what would your 30-second elevator pitch be to them?
Uh, well, I would tout our public school districts. That's the biggest attraction why people want to move here as opposed to some other areas. Again, I would tout the good infrastructure that we have. Needs to improve, stay ahead of the growth, and so forth. But we've got a great uh, uh, infrastructure, a great environment here.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and allowing the voters the opportunity to hear directly from you on these important issues.
Great. Thank you for having me.